You started the day with a plan, and somehow by 10 a.m., everything has fallen apart. If your homeschool feels chaotic right now, the problem is probably not what you think it is. Stay with me, and by the end of the video, you will understand exactly why your days feel like this and what actually changes it. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm Tashania, a homeschool mother of 11 years, and on this channel, we talk about developing ourselves as leaders of our flock, ordering our homes and our homeschools with real structure, and taking back our families from the influences that mean us no good. If that's the kind of mother you're trying to be, then subscribe and let's build our homes, our homeschools, and ourselves together, inshallah. Math used to take all day. The way we were doing it, math was done when the whole lesson was finished. That was the goal. Finish the lesson and then move on. Very reasonable. Until your child figures out, consciously or not, that there's no rush. If the lesson ends when it ends, why focus? Why not dawdle? And that is exactly what was happening. My oldest was unfocused. I was constantly standing over her, telling her to stop dawdling, stay on task, keep going. And the lesson that should have taken an hour was stretching into the late morning and swallowing up everything else. When I finally put a time boundary on it, we do math until 9:40, and that's it. Whatever you get done, you get done. Everything changed. Now there was a real reason to focus. Now there was an end in sight, and I told her, you need to use this time well because there's a consequence for wasting time. Math stopped taking all day. Every subject got its own time. School had a beginning and an end, and I stopped spending my entire morning managing one subject. This is what one simple system did. Not a new curriculum or even necessarily more patience, just a decision about how time was going to work in our homeschool. And speaking of systems, if you don't have a daily rhythm in place yet, or you're looking to optimize your schedule a bit better, I created a free daily schedule called the No Decision Homeschool Day. It is the baseline structure I wish I had when I was first building consistency in my homeschool. It takes the guesswork out of how your day is ordered, so you focus on showing up instead of figuring out what comes next. Grab it free at the link below. And let's keep going. So if the solution was a decision, why haven't most of us made it? I think it's because we don't realize that it's a decision that needs to be made. We think the problem is something external. Curriculum isn't right. The children are cooperating. We don't have enough time. We just need more motivation to be consistent. So we go looking for things that will fix it. A planner, a different schedule, a new approach to discipline. I did this for longer than I want to admit. There isn't a system that works until you have decided you're going to follow it. The planner doesn't work if you haven't decided to open it. The schedule doesn't work if you haven't decided that the schedule runs the day. Not your mood, not interruptions, and not whatever comes up. Most of us are waiting to feel ready, wanting to feel organized enough or motivated enough, consistent enough to start. But that feeling doesn't come first. The decision comes first, and then the feelings follow. And even then, it doesn't show up every day. Ibn al-Qayyim wrote about something called irada, the trained will. The idea that discipline is not something you feel your way into. It is something you build through consistent, repeated action. I'm not a scholar. I'm just a mother who likes to read. But what I took from it is this. You will never feel your way into a structured homeschool. You have to decide your way into it. So what does making the decision actually look like? For me, it sounded like I'm the doggone adult. I'm the parent. I'm not arguing with my children about whether we do school today. I'm not scrapping the schedule every time the day doesn't go perfectly. I'm not letting one difficult morning derail the whole week. I decided that homeschooling was important enough to protect. that my children's education was important enough to build real structure around, and that I was responsible for making it happen. Not a curriculum, not a planner, and not a perfect day, because they don't happen. That decision changed how I respond to disruptions. It changed how I handle resistance from my children. It changed how seriously I took our school time. Because when you have made a real decision, you stop negotiating with yourself every morning about whether today is the day you follow through. And the practical stuff, the schedule, the systems, the time boundaries, all of that becomes easier to implement and stick to after the internal decision was made, not before. So if you have been downloading schedules and not following them, creating schedules and not following them, trying new approaches and abandoning them after a week, I want to ask you honestly, have you actually made the decision? Not the decision to try, but the decision to commit. Those are two very different things. When you make that decision, things start to change. Not all at once, but over time. The first thing that changes is how the day feels. When math had a time boundary, my girls knew what was expected of them during that time. They knew it was going to end, and they knew there was a consequence for wasting it. That knowing settled something in them and in myself. The resistance didn't disappear overnight, but it definitely decreased very quickly because the school day stopped feeling like something that could be negotiated. When the structure started making the decision instead of me, I had the mental energy left over for actually teaching instead of just managing, and the energy for being present instead of constantly reacting. This is what a structure actually gives you. Not necessarily the perfect homeschool where everything goes right, but definitely calmer nervous systems for both yourself and your children. Mornings where I wake up organized and ready to go, and mornings when I feel like it's going to be a long day still happen. But on the hard mornings, the structure still holds. School still starts, subjects still get their time because the decision was already made. I don't have to remake it at 8 a.m. when I'm tired. The rhythm carries me even when my motivation doesn't. And if you want to build this kind of homeschool alongside other Muslim mothers who are doing the same work, I would love to have you inside the Anchored Homeschool Society. It's a community for Muslim mothers building structured, mother-led homeschools with strong academics and Islamic values. The link is below. Make the niyyah and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to put barakah in your time and in your home, and then start, not with a perfect plan, but with a decision. And now that you understand why your homeschool days feel chaotic, the next step is building the discipline that holds it together. Watch this video next. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.